All right. Good morning, everyone. Court will continue with the July 18, 2022 docket, and we're live stream. And now let me see if I can get Mr. David Cantu on board.
Good morning, Judge.
Yes, sir. Good morning. How you doing?
Doing well, Judge. Thank you. How are you today?
Great, great. Thank you, sir. Doing fine. Thank you. Sir, you have a final divorce hearing?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Your client, Juliana Villalobos?
She is here with me in my office.
Oh, okay. And Eduardo Jaramillo, what about him? Is he's going to be showing up, or did he file
Honor, we properly served him through substituted service. He has not filed an answer.
Okay. All right, then. All right. Let me see Miss Villalobos. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Okay. Your Honor, she needs the services of an interpreter.
¿Sí escucha al juez, señora?
Sí.
Okay.
Yes. ¿Necesita contestar en voz alta? Sí, señor. No, señora, las preguntas del juez. Levante su mano derecha.
You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
¿Usted jura que el testimonio que va a dar es la verdad, solamente la verdad y nada más que la verdad?
Sí, señor.
Yes, sir.
You
Puede bajar su
can
mano.
put your hand down, ma'am. Your case here is cause number F4674-21-4 in the matter of the marriage of Juliana Villalobos and Eduardo Jaramillo.
El caso de usted es F4674-21-4 en el matrimonio de Juliana Villalobos y Eduardo Jaramillo.
All right. Court will hereby take judicial notice of the entire file. And I think court was told earlier that Eduardo Jaramillo was served, but he did not file an answer. So court will take judicial notice of the entire file. And Mr. Cantu, you may proceed, sir.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Villalobos, can you state your full name for us?
¿Su nombre, señora Villalobos?
Juliana Villalobos.
Juliana Villalobos.
And Ms. Villalobos, you are currently married to Eduardo Jaramillo, correct?
Y señora Villalobos, usted presentemente ahorita está casada con Eduardo Jaramillo, ¿correcto?
Sí.
Yes.
And before filing this petition for divorce, you have lived in the state of Texas for the last 6 months?
Y antes de que usted archivara esta demanda de divorcio, ¿usted ha vivido aquí en el estado de Texas 6 meses antes de que se archivara este divorcio?
Sí.
Yes.
And you have been living in this county of Hidalgo for the last 90 days?
¿Y en el condado de Hidalgo los últimos 90 días?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. And regarding the marriage between yourself and Eduardo Jaramillo, y'all got married on December 14th, 2004, correct?
Y tocante el matrimonio de usted y del señor Jaramillo, ¿ustedes se casaron el día 14 de diciembre del 2004?
Sí.
Yes.
And do you remember which year y'all stopped living together?
¿Y recuerda usted en qué año dejaron de vivir juntos?
En el 2010.
En 2010.
Okay. And you're asking for a divorce because of one reason being that there's been a conflict of personalities and you do not expect to get back with Mr. Jaramillo, correct?
Y usted quiere un divorcio específicamente por la razón de que ustedes ya no se llevan bien y las personalidades de ustedes hay conflicto y no hay esperanza de que ustedes se reconcilien. ¿Es correcto?
Correcto.
Correct.
Okay. And during the marriage, there were 4 children that were born during the time of the marriage, correct?
Hubo 4 niños que nacieron durante el matrimonio, ¿correcto?
Sí.
Yes.
However, 2 of them were from a relationship that you have now after the time that you got separated from Eduardo Jaramillo, correct?
Pero 2 de ellos son de otra persona con la persona que usted tiene una relación ahorita, ¿correcto? Y no del señor Jaramillo, correct.
And so we're asking the court to exclude two children being Cesar Ovalle Jr. and Diego
I'm
Ramses
sorry,
Ovalle.
I can't.
Uh-huh.
What was the first name?
Cesar Ovalle Jr.
Cesar.
and Diego Ramses Ovalle.
So le estamos pidiendo a la corte que excluya a los dos niños, a César Ovalle Jr. y a Diego Ovalle, que ellos no son hijos de este matrimonio, ¿correcto?
Correcto.
Correct.
Okay. And Ms. Villalobos, we actually have the father of those two children here, and he's filed a waiver into this case, but he is here present with the court as well.
Señor Villalobos, ¿y es correcto que el papá de estos dos niños está aquí presente en esta audiencia hoy?
Correcto.
Correct.
And you did a DNA test here in McAllen, and that DNA test has been filed into the case, and the court has taken judicial notice of that DNA test.
Y ustedes tomaron una prueba de el DNA y los resultados han sido archivados aquí en este caso y el juez ya ha tomado notificación de eso, ¿es correcto?
Correcto.
Correct.
Ms. Villalobos, regarding any property that yourself and Mr. Eduardo Jaramillo had or obtained during the marriage, you're asking the court just to divide it in a way that any property that you have and that's in your possession to be awarded yours, and any property that Eduardo Jaramillo has and that's in his possession to be awarded as his property?
Y tocante la propiedad, durante el matrimonio, lo que usted le está pidiendo a la corte es que cualquier posesión de propiedad que tenga el señor Jaramillo sea de él, igual que usted, cualquier propiedad que usted tenga en su posesión, que sea de usted.
Correcto.
Correct.
And any debts that you have incurred under your name to be awarded as your debts and your responsibility, any debts that Eduardo Jaramillo has incurred under his name to be awarded as his responsibility.
Y tocante a deudas, cualquier deuda bajo el nombre del señor Eduardo Jaramillo, él va a ser responsable igual que usted. Cualquier deuda que esté al nombre de usted, usted será responsable por esa deuda. ¿Es correcto eso?
Correcto.
Correct.
Okay. And regarding the two children that are yours and Eduardo Jaramillo's, names being Emmanuel Jaramillo and Emilio Jaramillo, you're asking the court to not allow any rights or any visitation at all to be given to Eduardo Jaramillo, who lives in Mexico and who has no contact with the children and does not help out with the children. You're asking the court to exclude him from any of those parent rights, correct?
Y tocante a los dos niños, Emmanuel Jaramillo y Emilio Jaramillo, usted le está pidiendo a la corte que el señor Jaramillo no tenga derechos a verlos con la razón de que él no es parte de la vida de ellos y no los ha mantenido. Y usted le está pidiendo a la corte de que él ahorita no tenga visitaciones. Y vive en México, el señor.
Correcto.
Correct.
Okay. And lastly, again, you're asking the court to grant this divorce.
Y usted le está pidiendo a la corte que le conceda este divorcio.
Correcto.
Correct.
Oh, and also, lastly, Ms. Villalobos, you're not expecting any children. You're not currently pregnant, correct?
Yo hoy presente, usted no está embarazada, ¿correcto?
Correcto.
Correct.
I pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right. Is that all? Is that the only one that's going to be testifying, Mr. Cantu?
Yes, Your Honor. I do have Mr. Ovalle,
Yeah.
the father who took the DNA test, and he is present. I would like for him to be seen by the court here.
Okay. Court will acknowledge him. Okay, very well. Then once again, court will take judicial notice of the entire file in cause number F4624-21-4 in the matter of the marriage of Juliana Villalobos and Eduardo Jaramillo. Court will hereby grant petitioner or relief requested here in open court. Court will hereby dissolve the marriage of petitioner and respondent. Court will await a decree for signature. Anything else,
Your
sir?
Honor, I had filed a decree, but I'm going to file an amended one.
All right. Yeah,
to
go
the
ahead and do
case.
that as soon as possible. Okay, sir. Yeah,
All right.
make sure
That's all I have, Your Honor. Thank you.
yeah, just make sure you title it amended. Thank you so much. You may be excused. Have a good day, sir.
Have a good day.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Bye-bye.
She has number 6.
Number 6.
One of our clients with him.
Okay.
Maricelina Torres.
Not there. There's Marcelina Castro. Yeah, it's good, that's her, because Santiago Castro is a respondent. Okay, let me see here. All right. Good morning, Miss Perez.
She's muted.
You need to unmute.
Sorry. Hi,
All
hi,
right.
good morning.
Now I can understand you better. Your client is Marcelina, right?
Yes, I believe she needs video and she needs to unmute.
Okay.
There she is.
All right. We need some video from Marcelina Castro.
Can you turn on your video? There she is.
There she is. There she is. All right. Good morning, Miss Castro. Can you hear me?
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Spanish speaking judge.
Okay. All right.
¿Se
Very well.
escucha el juez, señora Castro?
Sí, sí.
Yes.
Okay. What about
Sí.
Santiago Castro? Did he file a waiver or something or what?
No, Judge, he's been served and he has not filed an answer, so this would be a default.
Okay, it'll be a default. Court will take judicial notice of the entire file in F1105-22-4 in the matter of the marriage of Marcelina Torres and Santiago Castro. All right, good morning, Miss Torres. Please raise your right hand.
Buenos días, señora Torres. Levante su mano derecha, la derecha.
You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the
¿Usted
truth?
jura que el testimonio que va a dar es la verdad, solamente la verdad y nada más que la verdad?
Sí.
Yes,
And
puede
you may
bajar
put
su
your hand
mano.
down. All right, Miss Perez, you may put your hand down, ma'am. Miss Perez, you may proceed, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes,
Just ask the court to take judicial notice of all the documents in the court's file.
So ordered.
Okay, and just a few questions for Ms. Torres Ramirez. Ms. Ramirez, you are the petitioner in this case, in this divorce case?
Señora Torres, ¿usted es la persona que archivó el divorcio en este caso?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. Your husband is Santiago Castro Aguilar?
¿Y su esposo, el señor Santiago Castro Aguilar?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. And you've been you've been living in the state of Texas for the 6 months before we filed this divorce and in the county for the 90 days before we filed the divorce?
Y antes de que el divorcio se archivara, usted vivió aquí en el estado de Texas 6 meses y en el condado de Hidalgo 90 días antes de que la petición se archivara aquí en el condado de Hidalgo?
Sí.
Yes.
Okay. And you're asking that the court award you any property that you currently have in your possession?
Y usted le está pidiendo a la corte que le conceda a usted cualquier propiedad que usted tenga en su posesión.
Yes. Sí.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And any property that Mr. Castro Aguilar already has in his possession, he would be awarded that property.
Y cualquier propiedad que el señor Santiago Castro tenga en posesión de él, esa será la propiedad de él también.
Sí.
Yes.
Any debts that you've accrued and any debts that he's accrued, each of you will stay with your own debts. Is that correct?
Cualquier deuda que usted tenga el nombre de usted y cualquier deuda que tenga el señor Santiago al nombre de él, usted es responsable por lo de usted y él por lo de él. ¿Es correcto?
Sí.
Yes.
And there's no minor children in your living in the home right now. There's no minor children of the marriage.
Y ahorita no hay niños menores de 18 años del matrimonio.
No.
No.
You're asking this court for a divorce.
Y usted le está pidiendo a esta corte un divorcio.
Sí.
Yes.
Judge, that's all the questions I have for her. We ask that the court
Grant the divorce.
divorce, yes.
Okay. Court will once again take judicial notice of the entire filing, F1105-22-4, in the matter of the marriage of Marcelina Torres and Santiago Castro. Court will hereby grant petitioner all relief requested here in open court. Court will dissolve the marriage of petitioner respondent. Court will await a default, decree for divorce to be signed.
Señora Torres, el juez le ha concedido el divorcio.
Mm, yeah.
All right.
Ya se puede
That'll
retirar.
do it, ma'am. You may be excused.
Okay.
Have a great day.
We'll
Gracias.
filing the final order, Judge.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Pase buen día.
Bye-bye.
Number 3.
Number 3, that'll be Mr. Livesay. All
I'm
right,
here,
good-
Judge.
All right.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, Mr. Livesay. Good to see you, sir.
Thank you. Good morning. Oh, good to see you too, Judge.
It'll be a default hearing.
Yes, sir.
Jason Springer. Court will note that Jason Springer, defendant Jason Springer, is not in the waiting room.
Not under that name.
Not under that name. So court will hereby take judicial notice of the entire file in CL 22-1174D in the case of Barrera and Sanchez versus Jason Springer. And Mr. Livesay, you may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is a suit on a sworn account. The defendant failed to pay his attorneys, which are very important. And so Mr. Barrera presented the evidence under oath pursuant to Rule 185 of what was owed on the account. And so that part is liquidated and we don't need evidence on it. The only thing we need evidence on is the reasonable attorney's fees, which I'll swear to.
You swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. My name is Keith Livesay, and I've been an attorney for approximately 30 years. One of the areas that I specialize in is debt collection for attorneys. This case was particularly difficult because the defendant had moved out of state, and so we were required to present, go through the Secretary of State's office. That causes particular pleadings and dealing with the Secretary of State's office. Furthermore, after we finish this case, we have got to go over to Georgia and domesticate the judgment. So in my opinion, as an expert, reasonable and necessary attorney's fees will be $7,500 in this matter.
All right. Anything else, sir?
No, Your Honor. And we filed a proposed judgment on Friday, and we would request the court enter it.
All right. Court will take judicial notice of the entire file in CL 22-1174D in the case of Barrera and Sanchez versus Jason Springer. Court will hereby grant petitioner all relief requested here in open court, including attorney's fees. Court will await a default judgment for signature. All right. We'll sign as soon as we get it. Okay, sir?
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
You may be excused. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Number 1,
Number 1.
Mr. Alemán and Mr. Alanis.
All right. Let's see. Mr. Jaime Aleman and Mr. Oscar Alanis. Good morning, folks.
Good morning, Judge.
We're here on CL 19-1884D. Eduardo Martinez Jr., Lydia Martinez versus Joshua Taylor Hinojosa and Jose Hinojosa, Genaro Lopez, and Yolanda Barbosa. All right. It's a motion to compel.
Yes, Judge. Oscar Alanis for the defendant, Joshua Taylor Hinojosa and Jose Hinojosa. Judge, I filed this motion hoping to get some response from Mr. Aleman. I did call him Friday. I'm hoping to have these responses sent to our office here shortly. I did file a motion to compel because these responses were due back actually a few years ago. I'm not sure exactly what the issue is at this point, but I'm hoping to get the court to have Mr. Aleman provide me those responses within the next 30 days, Judge.
All right. Yes, sir, Mr. Aleman.
Your Honor, good morning. First of all, to begin, Mr. Alanis's office has been very professional and courteous as far as reaching out to me, Your Honor. As far as this case goes, to be honest with you, Judge, I'm going to have to fall on the sword here. A lot of it has to do with my own scheduling. Unfortunately, we just bought a new house and we're moving out of our current house. And my world is a little upside down. I'm more in the construction business than the legal business these days, Your Honor.
All right. All right.
Unfortunately, this case has been going on for some time, sort of fell off my radar. These particular clients are now living in Austin. I do have good phone numbers for them, but I do need to reestablish contact as well. That's been another bit of a barrier as far as being able to produce the required discovery, Judge. So respectfully, Judge, because I do have a lot of things going on right now, I would be asking for 90 days. I do appreciate any consideration, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Lanis?
Well, Judge, I'm hoping, well, if I could direct my question to Mr. Aliman, Judge.
Okay, sure.
Jaime, I'm just hoping maybe we could somehow pull this off in 60 days. If there's
I certainly will do my best. Let me put it that way. Like I said, Mr. Alanis's office judge has been extremely professional as far as reaching out to me. It's just, I've been a little bit swamped. I apologize for that. You know, that's all on me.
Okay, we can do 60 days. Let's do an order for 60 days or Mr. Lanis. And hopefully it'll be done by the end. If not, if he needs some kind of a 10-day or 5-day extension, I guess he'll have to ask for it if he needs it. But yeah, let's do a 60-day
I appreciate that, Judge.
extension here. Okay?
Judge.
All
Thank you,
right.
Honor.
Just submit
your
your order and we'll sign it. Okay, sir?
Okay, great, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all have a good day.
I'll be reaching out to you, Mr. Alanis, as well. I'll be reaching out to you soon.
Thanks.
All right. Have a great day, guys. You may be
Take care.
excused.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Number 4 and 5.
4 and 5.
Ms. Sofia Arispe is the guardian ad litem.
Motion to modify temporal and then motion for hearing or something. Let me see here. That'll be Mr. Hinojosa and Mr. Villarreal.
And Sofia Arispe is the
And
guardian.
then Miss Sofia Arispe.
She's joining.
All right, she's coming on board. Miss Sofia Arispe. There she is. I see the name on the screen. Mr. Abel Hinojosa, can you hear me?
Give me 1 second, Judge. I'm going to get him for you.
Okay, very well. All right, here comes Mr. Hinojosa. All right, and I think the clients are already on the screen as well, right? That'll be Charlie Lopez and Melissa Mesa. I think they're on the screen already. All right. All right. Good morning, Mr. Hinojosa. Good morning, Mr. Villarreal.
Morning, Judge.
We're here on F02 35-21-4 in the matter of the marriage of Charlie Lopez and Melissa Mesa. And we have a hearing on child evaluation and a hearing on motion to modify temporary orders.
Judge, it's my motion, Your Honor, if I may, Calixto and Ms. Arispe, it's my motion, Your Honor, for the homestead evaluation, but it looks like Ms. Arispe is filling the role as the role of what a child custody evaluator would do. So I'm withdrawing that motion, Judge. I know Ms. Arispe has basically met with the parties. I think basically, and we received a letter from her last week. So she made a recommendation.
Okay.
Your Honor, I'll leave it to Ms. Arispe to respond or to make any point at this time.
Okay. Judge, thank you, Judge. I did meet with the children also, Judge, at the home of Dad and then at Mom's home, Judge. Previously had several conversations with the parties. My recommendation is that the status quo be maintained, Judge. The oldest children, Charlie and Julius, are residing with Dad, and the 2 youngest children, Leah and Liam, are residing with Mom. And so my recommendation is that that status quo be maintained. The children appear to be happy at the respective residence, Judge. The only thing is that some of the children wanted more visits during the summer. So I was recommending 1 week on, 1 week off for the parents. And we discussed holidays and I explained standard holidays to them. They also like the standard holidays. So that's what I was recommending. Also recommended that if a parent's not going to be home by 10 p.m. on a given night, that the other parent have the option of basically picking up the children and keeping the children for the night, Judge. Those are basically my recommendations.
Okay. Yes, sir, Mr. Villarreal.
Judge, I think we can work with that, Your Honor, and I think we can tweak a little bit the temporary orders based on Ms. Arispe's recommendations. We have no problems with that, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Hinojosa.
Judge, since it was my motion to modify temporary orders based on Ms. Arispe's report received last week, I will basically have to get with my client and see if we can just try to, like I said, follow Ms. Arispe's recommendation and go make probably some little tweaks as to some of the children. Judge, we do need this case set for final then. I think, no, we do have a case set for final in October. So I don't know if the court is going to want us to go back. We've already mediated for orders, or does the court want us to mediate again for final? But we do have an October setting date for a final hearing in this matter.
Okay. What are you going to do for it?
It's set for October.
It's set for October. It's set for October, folks, but if you guys settle it and everybody signs on it, that'll do it. Submit it earlier than October. And the
Very
court will
well.
look at it. Yeah. If
And
next
we'll-
month you guys agree on something that is final and everybody signs on it, the court will sign it as well. Okay?
Then we'll,
Thank you.
thank
Yeah.
Thank you,
Ms.
Judge.
Elizabeth, thank you so much for your work, ma'am. Court will accept and agree with your recommendations. Okay, ma'am?
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Mayor.
Yeah.
Thank
Who's
you.
going to be, if we get something in writing? Mr. Noza?
Judge, myself and Mr. Villarreal will basically get something in writing, and of course, we'll have the ad litem also sign off, Judge. As
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Thank you all very much. Good luck.
Th-
You're
thank
excused.
you,
Have a
Judge.
good day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I have, I think Mrs. Maldonado, Osvaldo Morales' client.
Uh-huh.
On the motion to withdraw.
Okay. And nobody else showed up?
No.
Okay.
I think it's Isabel Maldonado. It's probably Maria Isabel.
Okay.
Right here.
Yes, Miss Isabel Maldonado, can you hear me? Miss Maldonado, can you hear me?
Sí, sir. Sí, aquí está Isabel Maldonado, a sus órdenes.
All right. Yes, ma'am. Are you Maria Isabel Maldonado?
Sí, yo soy María Isabel.
Yes, I'm Maria Isabel.
Ah, okay. Your attorney is Osvaldo Morales?
¿Su abogado Osvaldo Morales?
Sí, sí, señor.
Yes, yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Morales filed a motion to withdraw as attorney, as your attorney. Did you know that?
El señor Osvaldo Morales archivó una moción porque él se quiere salir del caso. ¿Usted sabe eso?
Sí, pero no entiendo la razón.
Yes, but I don't understand the reason.
Okay. I don't have the reason either here.
Rick,
because
can check.
Rick,
Yes, sir, Judge.
can you check the motion on the motion to withdraw?
Yes, sir. And actually, I have a note that reflects that Attorney Osvaldo Morales would stand in for Attorney Rick Salinas, but let me verify that.
No.
There's a note here that was entered. Yeah, let me look at that.
Well, the motion is Mr. I think you better get the motion,
Right.
find out whose motion it is.
Correct.
We're here on F 44, 25-20-4, in the matter of the marriage of Maria Maldonado and Irineo Maldonado Jr.
El juez está esperando, va a checar a ver qué razón le puso el señor Morales en la moción para retirarse del caso, señor. Es lo que está esperando el juez.
That is correct, Judge. It is Mr. Osvaldo J. Morales' motion to withdraw his counsel.
Uh-huh. And what reason did he give there?
There's no specific reason given by this attorney, Judge.
Okay, because, failure to cooperate,
Right.
failure to pay the fees, what, it's got to be a reason.
There is no reason that I can,
In the motion?
in the motion, Judge. It's just.
Okay, then we'll leave it alone. We'll take no action today, okay?
Señora Maldonado, como el abogado no es específico en la razón cual él se quiere retirar del caso.
That's it. Okay,
ahorita.
well.
Aquí está el señor
All right,
Morales.
we have
Un
Mr.
momentito.
Maldonado. He just checked in.
Vamos a ver qué es la razón de él.
All right. All right. Okay, he's connecting.
He's connected. He needs
All
to
right,
unmute.
Mr. Morales, can you hear me?
Needs to unmute.
You need.
Yes, I can, Judge.
All right. Good morning, sir. We just called your case right now on F44 25-20-4 in the matter of the marriage of Maria Maldonado and Irineo Maldonado Jr. I believe your client, Isabel Maldonado, is there on the screen. And we're here on your motion to withdraw as attorney.
That is correct, Judge.
All right. And what is the reason, Mr. Morales?
My office indicated to me that she said that she no longer had any money to be able to pay to the contract that we had, Judge, and that she could no longer. that she didn't have any money at her disposal to be able to pay for representation.
Okay.
Señora Maldonado, la razón del abogado dice que es que usted le dijo a la oficina de él que usted ya no tiene dinero para seguir con el contrato que se firmó ahí con la oficina de él para seguir adelante con este caso.
No firmé ningún contrato. El único papel que me hicieron llegar fue por WhatsApp. Cuando fui yo le entregué, tengo estos recibos de lo que yo le entregué de
I didn't
dinero.
sign any contract. I have all these receipts on the money that I gave them. There's no contract.
Entonces ellos me dijeron, cuando me hablaron, que fuera para que hiciera una mediation. Sí, yo lo contraté a él para que me asesorara y nada más me querían hacer mediation de un día para otro y me pide $1,500 en ese momento. Le dije, yo no los tengo.
It's in reference to the mediation. Ahorita, señora. They just called me. They want to set mediation from one day to the next, and I was supposed to take $1,500. That money I don't have.
Okay,
I
and
guess
Mr. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Judge, I guess that's what it was. And she didn't have money for the mediation, and I believe mediation was ordered by the court or was going to be ordered, and she didn't have the money for the mediation.
Oh, okay. Is there any way we can get a another mediator or use that, what you call that, the county bar association mediators for a reduced price?
I can
And-
look into that. I know sometimes I've used Andy Almaguer in the past, and he's charged a reduced fee also.
Okay, yeah, let's see if we can find somebody else and give it another try.
Well, I'll do that, Judge.
Señora
Yeah.
Maldonado, hoy el juez no va a conceder la moción del señor Morales. Lo que el señor Morales va a hacer es va a tratar de hablar con alguien más para ver si el mediation se puede hacer en un precio más reducido de los 1,500.
No, disculpe. Si solamente esa es la razón por la que él me trajo a corte, que ya no me quiere representar, está bien, yo no lo puedo obligar. Yo tengo muchos compromisos con mis hijos. Simplemente quería saber cuál era su razón.
If
Si
that's
él
the reason
quiere-
that he wants to let go of me, that's fine. I have a lot of responsibilities with my children. I don't have a problem.
Si él quiere, perdón, si él quiere dejarme el caso, está bien, pero creo que yo no tengo que pagar más ni un centavo con él.
If he
No,
wants to release me, that's fine, but I don't believe that I have to pay him any a single penny anymore.
Judge, I'll be happy to look into a mediation so that she can have a reduced cost. I mean, I don't know if she still wants to proceed with that or she doesn't want to pay any money. I don't know, Judge. It's up to her.
Señora, el señor Morales le está indicando a la corte que él no tiene problema con buscar a otra persona para el mediation a un precio más reducido. Es cosa de usted si usted se quiere quedar con él o no quiere que lo represente.
No, si él me trajo aquí para dejarme, por eso yo nada más quería saber cuál era la razón.
No, well, he brought me here to release me, so I just wanted to know what was the reason.
Okay, so we either withdraw him as the attorney or we give him a chance to find somebody else at a reduced
So, ¿qué
price.
es lo que quiere hacer, señora? ¿Quiere que la corte firme la orden para que él ya no la represente o quiere darle la oportunidad al señor Morales de que busque a alguien para que el mediation sea a un precio más reducido?
No, está bien, si él me quiere dejar, estoy de acuerdo que,
Okay,
That's fine. If he wants
que
to
ya no
release
me
me, I'm in
represente.
agreement.
okay, then court will grant the motion to withdraw.
Okay.
Did you submit an order, Mr. Morales?
I will do that, Judge. Thank you.
Okay,
La
do this.
corte va a firmar la orden para que se retire.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you,
Okay.
ma'am. Have a good day. You may be
Gracias.